Hey guys, Charles here from worshipguitarskills.com, back again with another video. And in today's lesson, I want to show you how you can use triad chord shapes to come up with some cool lead lines. So let me play the example I composed for this lesson, and afterwards we'll break it down and I'll show you exactly where all these parts came from. Let's check it out. Alright, so it's quite a simple part, especially if you see where these notes came from. But first of all, let's just look at the progression. It was a 1-4-6-5 progression in the key of C. So of course 1 will be C, that's a triad there. And then 4 was F, 6 was A minor, and then 5 was G. Alright, so 1-4-6-5 in the key of C, with the chords being C, F, A minor, and G. Now, these shapes that I've just played here for you, these are part of what we call triads. And I can play those exact same 4 triads over here. And then I can play C there, F, A minor, and G. All right, now we'll check that out in some of the upcoming lessons. In fact, we've got a whole triad workshop that goes through all these things in detail. So you can just check the links in the description. We'll link to those other videos as soon as they become available. And there will also be some resources that you can sign up for if you want to learn more about these triads. Now, what I did in the example that I played, everything was focused around these 4 triads. C, F, A minor, and G. So as the song started, or the track, I literally just played the note on the 5th fret of the B string, which was an E note, which was played over the C chord. And then with my volume control, I just swelled into that note. And then the second chord was, of course, an F. So as you can see, that the third of C is E, right? Which I played on the 5th fret of the B string. I can slide that up 1 fret higher to the 6th fret on the B string, which now becomes the note F, which is the root note. And then when we went to A minor, I went back to play that same 5th fret again, but now this time it becomes the 5th of A minor. And then 2 frets down to D over the G chord, which is the 5th of D. Now do you see, if you know your triad shapes, then it's quite easy for you just to play those, swell into those notes. All right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to throw the track on again, and I'll do that same approach in all 3 positions of the guitar, just because I know those triad shapes. Check this out. All right, so nothing groundbreaking there, but what's nice, it adds some cool melodic texture and even some melodic movement there, making use of those chord tones. So one of the simplest ways to learn your chord tones is just to know your triads, right? So this will be C, and then this will be F, this will be A minor, and then this will be G. Now you might note that for this G, the D note lands on the E string, but in the example I played the D note on the B string. These are the kind of things that you get to learn just the more you play with these triads. All right, so that's where these swells came from. You can go ahead, grab a backing track, just map out your triad shapes, and then you can, just choose any one of the three strings, and where the notes change, you can go ahead and then just play the higher notes. Now, on the F, for example, if you look at, I played C like this, then I played that note as the swell, and then for F, if that's my triad, I played that note, and that note happened to be the same note in the A minor triad, so you can stay on that, and then I went back to the G note, which then becomes the root note of C major. So the cool thing that I want you to take away from this lesson is just knowing that the same note can sound different over different chords. And the reason why is that the type of note or the chord tone changes because the chord changed. What do I mean by that? Well, it's quite simple. This is a C triad over here, and that's an A minor triad. So when my chord is over the C and I play the E note, you can hear it kind of has that sweet major sound. But if I play an A, so that's a D, let's play the right string A. You see that the quality of the note changes over a C note, over an A note. So what does that mean? Well, it's the same note. That E, the note is an E, which over a C major chord is the third. But when I play that E over an A minor chord, it becomes a fifth. In the same way that over here, when I play the A over an F, all right, it's got that sweet major third sound, but when I play it over an A, then it's the root note, okay? So it doesn't have that same sweet sound here than what it does over there. And that is really the big takeaway, that just by simply learning triads, you're not really learning three notes only, because that same note is going to have a different sound over a different chord. And you would have seen this when we went up higher on the neck. This C note was the root over the C. It was the fifth over an F. And it was a minor third over an A. And then I went up to the fifth over it for the G, right? Which was... So that same note, the C, the first time I played it, it was a root note. Okay, then it was a fifth. Then it was a minor third. And then I went to the fifth over the G. All right, there's some theory involved there, which obviously we don't have quite a lot of time to get into this lesson. We cover all of that at our Worship Guitar Skills Academy. There's links in the description if you want to learn more about the Triad Workshop or the Worship Guitar Skills Academy. But hopefully this lesson has been helpful in showing you how these simple triads can literally outline the notes that you need to play as it relates to something as simple as swells. Now we literally just did that on the B string, right? Now you can of course do that on the G string as well as the E string as well. And then you can also add in some non-chord tones to bring in some movement. So this lesson, we'll cut it short here now, and then in the next video, I'm going to show you how I played that more melodic part that you heard in the beginning of this video, and I'll show you where I can get some additional notes so that I don't have to play a part that kind of blends in like the one we've just done, but it can be a little bit more of a, how can you say, bit more of a hook type of a line using the same approach. All right, so hope you enjoyed this lesson. Leave a comment below, let us know if you have any questions, if you enjoyed the lesson, and please share this with a friend if you have another friend who plays worship guitar as well, and that they might get a lot out of this video. And remember to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon, and you'll get notifications whenever we release new videos just like this one, specifically the next video in the series. And also be sure to check out the description box where there's a bunch of additional resources and links to other videos. All right, guys, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.